Hey guys, it's Britt here. Hope you're doing well. Siblings are great, right? Brothers and sisters to share all your stuff with. They sit on your bed, they steal your underwear. And little sisters, even better. They wreck all your stuff and wake you up by smacking you in the face. Love it. Some of you might know that I have 3 brothers, 1 older brother and 2 younger brothers. When we were younger, I was in full command of my younger brothers. I used to dress them up in my dresses and I'd put my mom's lipstick on them and we'd dance around the house. There's even photos to prove it. Siblings can be great. It can be like having friends around all the time, but it can also be really complicated. Like what happens when brothers grow up and suddenly they don't want to wear dresses anymore and they don't want to do what you tell them to do or go where you tell them to go. Today's message is all about siblings and what happens when siblings don't get along, which I know is hard to imagine, right? So last week we talked about Moses and the tough consequence he faced when he let his anger get control of him, and how he wasn't able then to lead the Israelites into the promised land. But we also know that Moses was an amazing leader and a great friend of God as he led the Israelites into their new home. Now, what maybe you didn't know is that Moses had 2 siblings who were with him, also in leadership roles, Aaron and Miriam. They had different jobs, but they were also seen as quite prominent leaders among the Israelite people. But as sometimes happens with siblings or close friends, they didn't always get along, and there was one situation in particular where they didn't trust Moses' leadership and things got nasty. I think the hardest thing with siblings is that when one of them is better than you at something, kind of like in this situation. So when I was a kid, I was a pretty fast runner. And I felt pretty proud of it. I loved racing the boys and seeing how many of them I could beat. But I can distinctly remember one day when my younger brother beat me for the first time. And I can still remember the sound of the gravel under our feet as we ran across our yard. And I remember that feeling of pushing myself harder and harder, but he was still ahead of me. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't beat him anymore. And it was really painful for me. Brothers being better than you at something is really hard to deal with, especially younger brothers. And sometimes there are really tough consequences, as Miriam faced in the story today. The thing is, we all have different things that we're good at, and sometimes it's hard to admit when your siblings or your close friends are better than you at something. But that's okay. God made each one of us unique with a different role to fulfill and special talents. God invites us to trust Him and to know that He loves each one of us just the way we are. So get out there and find something that you're good at and that you love to do. Try to stop looking to the side and comparing yourself to others. And be proud of your siblings for what they're able to do, because God has gifted them also in some special ways. For me, I just turned to volleyball because you don't have to be the fastest runner in volleyball. For Sunday school today, we're still in the 8-bit Bible series, and the topic today is the Holy Spirit, so go back to the description box for the links to those videos. And we'll see you next time.